Hey guys, we're doing well today. So in the build-up to the Blues Crusaders Super Rugby Pacific final, I thought I'd give you guys a special video in the sense where I've come up with a new concept where I combined both the Blues and Crusaders starting 15 into one. So this is a very interesting concept which I've come up with, and I'll probably do it with future teams as well. So do let me know, obviously, after the video if you do enjoy this, and definitely click that like button as well as subscribe. And definitely comment below, guys. As normal, I will reply to your comments, so definitely comment below if you agree or disagree with my selection. Keep in mind that even though most of the players I do select will be the best players from both these sides, there are a few players I have chucked in who I believe have had a good season for both these sides. So I'll let you know which players I'm thinking of course, so you can have a rough idea of who I mean. But yeah, let's just get straight into this. So, of course, we're starting with the props, guys, and the front row, I mean. So here is the front row. So I've gone with George Bauer as well as Cody Taylor and Ofa Tungafasi. So a very good, kind of front row there. I'd say probably the best front row, which, these two sides could create. And obviously, it is kind of like, an all-black starting front row, to say the least. And with George Bauer, Taylor, and obviously Ofa Tungafasi all involved within the all-black setup. So I think it's kind of expected and probably an easier selection to go with them three, as they have been pretty good throughout the whole season. I mean, Bauer and Tungafasi have just been good within the scrums. I mean, Tungafasi, yes, he was kind of brought down another level when he faced the likes of Ethan de Groot, but he has picked up in form a bit, and I do believe he deserves to be in that place. I mean, if I had to choose another one, I'll put Nepalalala in his place. So yeah, it's not really too much of a difference in my opinion. I've just gone with Ofa Tungafasi because I believe he's been more consistent. But anyway, we'll move on now towards the locks. So here's the locks for this side. And I've gone with two apiece. So I've actually gone with James Tucker from the Blues as well as Sam Whitelock from the Crusaders. And yeah, Whitelock is just it's a standard pick really. You have to include him just because he's so consistent. He gives you a 7 out of 10 performance every single time he plays for the Crusaders. And I do believe he'd give you that if he were to play in this team as well. And yeah, for James Tucker, he's one of the few players, as well as Cody Taylor, who I did include above, who I've kind of based on. I haven't based it on really on form, but really on one-off games where they've really just stood out. And James Tucker, he hasn't actually had one game where he stood out. He's actually stood out in several, but he has obviously been kind of used as a on and off lock where he either starts or comes off the bench. So that's why it's a bit of a tough pick to obviously go with James Tucker, because I could have gone with the likes of Scott Barrett as well as who's another lock. I mean, Luke Romano's a good season really for the Blues. And I mean, you could even say Tom Robinson as well, obviously within the playoffs. But I believe Tucker just had a lot more moments, which I can recall out of the four locks. And I just believe he's been a good signing really for the Blues, because obviously he did come from the Brumbies for this season. So a very good signing, and definitely, in my opinion, would make this team if I were to make my starting 15. But anyway, we're moving on now towards the loose forwards for this side. So of course we do the likes of Akira number 6. Dalton Papali'i at 7, and I've gone with Cullen Grace at number 8. So that might surprise a few people there. Again, you have to remember, guys, that some players I have chosen are based on form and not who you might think is the better player. Obviously, I think a lot of you, like me, would love to have Hoskins Tutu in that position. But it's one of those where I just believe Cullen Grace has really stood up, I'd say, within the playoffs in particular. I mean, he scored 2 tries against the Chiefs last week. So yeah, he's really in good form at the moment, and he's one of those players who I definitely believe could make the All Blacks in the future. I mean, he definitely has the ability to, and he's really just good with his carrying. He kind of reminds me of like what Peter Gus is, Peter Gus Sumakula, or he's able to carry the ball really well. But of course, Cullen Grace is younger than him as well, so maybe he'll get a chance in the future. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's my my loose forward trio there. I mean, of course, Akira and Dalton Papali'i, there's no really words I can say more from them. I mean, they're just sensational really in what they do. Obviously, they have different aspects towards their game, with Akira being more of a, you could say, a ball carrier as well as a tackler, and then of course Dalton's more of a tackler and just does so well from the breakdown. So yeah, they're both machines really. But anyway, we'll move on now towards the back row for this starting 15. So we'll start off with Finley Christie as the number 9, as well as Bowden Barrett at number 10. So the 9-10 combination there, a very good combination indeed. Of course, I could have gone with the likes of Bryn Hall as well as you have Richard Moana, but I had to go with them with the two Blues players, just because they've been in better form, I'd say, throughout the whole season. I don't think a lot of people would argue against that. I mean, do let me know if you disagree, because I do want to see, obviously, your opinion, guys. But I believe Finley Christie and Bowden Barrett has been a good combination and a partnership throughout this Super Rugby season. So I've gone with them to start with in this starting 15. But okay, moving on towards the centers this time. So again, I've gone with another Blues combination, guys. And don't worry, there's not going to be a lot more Blues after this one. But Blues, I've gone with again with RTS as well as Reiko Ioane. So these two have just been incredible, really. Again, RTS is one of those players who really has had several games where he stood out. Not like he's not been consistent throughout, in my opinion, but he's had several games where he's really stood out, particularly obviously within the playoffs. But yeah, RTS has been brilliant and obviously deserves that. Definitely deserve that all Black call up, in my opinion. And it'll be interesting to see if they actually go with that for the All Blacks. I mean, do let me know if you think that there'll be a combination they actually go with. But I do believe RTS and Reiko. I mean, of course, Reiko. I mean, he's just. What more can I say about him? He's one of my favorite players, really, within rugby, and yeah, he just has an electrifying pace, really, from him, and that's what you can really count on. If he breaks the line, then yeah, he's just gone. He'll just say see you later, mate. But yeah, no, he's a great player, and definitely would be my number 13 in the starting 15. But anyway, we'll finish it off with the kind of the back three, this at least, of this back line. And I've actually gone with all Crusaders players. So here you go. All of them are Crusaders players. I've gone with Lester Faneangu. I've gone with Sever Reese. And I've gone with Will Jordan. So, yeah, it's a really strong squad there. I mean, Lester, of course, is just a great player. He's one of those players who, I said this within countless videos within the past, but he has the ability to score different tries and within different areas of the 22 of the try zone, and that kind of just makes him very unique, I'd say, compared to other players, because he kind of reminds me of like what Mark Tilley has done for the Blues, and where he's able to kind of find a try out of nowhere. So that's what Lester has on its side, and it's really it's great to see, obviously, because he can just surprise you with anything he does. But yeah, and he has obviously improved within his defending as well throughout the season. So definitely a bonus in that sense. Sever Reese, of course, just had to go with him. I've always said that he's arguably the best winner in terms of turnovers, I'd say, in the world. Obviously, come back to me if you think there's another player. I will definitely I'll definitely see if I'm wrong, because I'll put my hands up if I'm definitely wrong with that. But yeah, but Will Jordan, of course, Will Jordan had to be within the side. One of the crucial players, really, towards this Crusader side, ticking. And I do believe he would make this team tick if the Blues and Crusaders were to combine into one. But yeah, that's kind of it, really, with this starting 15. I mean, it's a very interesting concept. Obviously, it has kind of a few players there who I have kind of left out, unfortunately. But I mean, we'll probably do this starting next season. Maybe we'll have to wait and see if this is a good concept. Maybe I'll do this for the New Zealand Ireland internationals. Maybe Australia, England. Let me know if you want to see that as well, because that could be another concept which I may do for you guys. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna let you be. Definitely comment below as I said beforehand, and definitely like and subscribe. But other than that, guys, see you guys next time.